Hey guys, so this is just another little tip for if you are new to recovery in an eating disorder, or if you are somewhere along the lines and maybe having a little bit of a rocky road and you just need a little bit of extra motivation. So what I did in very early recovery was I wrote myself a little like a business card, I guess that's what you could call it. And on the one side I said, my life in 5 years from now if I decide to persevere with my recovery. And then I wrote a little list of things of what my life could look like if I carried on pushing through the difficult times and not giving up hope and just taking one step at a time. And then on the other side, I wrote my life in 5 years' time if I don't carry on persevering through my recovery. And on that side, I wrote down like where my life would go. And I actually, you know what, I'm going to go get that little card and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, cool. So I've got it here. You can see it's a little bit tattered on the end. Woo! Okay, so it says on the one side, my life in 5 years from now if I don't push through my recovery. On the one side it says, not only will the grief and sadness I experience every day linger over me like a dark cloud, I could develop a serious illness such as cancer or worse health conditions. I could deplete all my financials, have no money, my relationships will fail or dwindle away, and such will my soul. So you can see I was in a really dark place. Right now, I'd probably write a little bit of different stuff. I was in quite a lot of self-pity at the time as well. On the other side, I wrote my life 5 years from now if I decide to walk the road of bulimia recovery. It says I could live a normal and free life without this demon inside of me. I could save money, travel, and focus on enriching my soul, and I would never feel self-hatred again. So my aims and my desires and all of that stuff have changed severely since I first wrote this, which I think was probably about 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. Wow. But the thing is, I've kept it. Oh, I'm getting emotional. I've kept it because it's a reminder. It's a reminder not of where I was or like holding on to the past or, reminiscing in self-pity or something. But it's one of those things that go, this was an indicator of me first going like, hey, I deserve a chance. I deserve my life. I deserve to not wake up every single day in absolute fear of the world and an absolute darkness. I deserve a life. And I would see people who'd recovered, who had these glowing faces and these beautiful families and these jobs and these things. I was like, I just wanted to be that way. I just wanted to have one day that I didn't wake up feeling completely consumed by my desire to find food to binge on and then to throw it up, only to do it the next day again. And this little card in the beginning really got me through. Every single time I had that burning on my skin sensation that just I wanted to act out so badly, or I wanted to hurt myself so badly, or or I couldn't face a meal, I didn't want to eat, or I didn't want to not exercise or something like that. And I'd just take out this little card and I'd be like, I just got to get through this moment right now. I've just got to do it, because in 5 years I could have freedom, I could have love, I could have light, I could have all those things. But if I don't get through this one little thing right now, then my potential for getting to that dark place, that place of utter despair, of utter death, and of maybe physical death or emotional, spiritual death, that was guaranteed for me. I knew where I was going and I knew that I didn't want to go there. So maybe if you want to do something like this, write on a little card. It doesn't have to be big, it's just like the size of my hand. Pop it in your wallet or in a pocket or something. Keep it close to you, so that when you are struggling or you're feeling that something is a little bit too difficult to handle, you can take it out just to remind you to keep going, because there's something inside of you right now that is saying, I'm worth it. Even if everything is working against you at the moment and your brain is telling you that you're never going to get this right and it's never going to happen for you, just like know that the fact that you're watching this video means that there's something inside of you saying, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of life, I'm worthy of recovery, I'm worthy of a full and enriching life where I have people and I have connection and I have love and I have stability and balance. And something inside of you is screaming for that, and something inside of you is hopeful for that. So hold on to it, even if it's just a tiny little card. Hold on to it and let it be your saving grace in those times where you feel that you just can't. So yeah, I would love to hear from you if you have any tips about what you do for your recovery to keep you going when you just feel that you can't. Just leave it in the comments below, or if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you, and I would love to answer those questions through videos going forward. And remember guys, it's not about the food.